All starts from a point of inspiration, and for us, our inspiration was around the banana, right?
Okay, that's interesting.
The key thing here was that bananas in a supermarket in London were cheaper than a supermarket in Nairobi. And the banana in London had traveled 4,000 miles from Latin America to London. And the banana in Nairobi had just merely traveled 300, 400 kilometers. And we asked ourselves, why? Why is this the case? And by answering that question, we started uncovering the issue around food inefficiency. And we realized that because the retail industry in Africa is so fragmented, there's so many middlemen moving from the farms all the way to retail. We've evolved quite a bit in terms of our strategy and how we think about the sector. And a key thing also is that, we've also maintained a lot of connectedness to the ecosystem and shared our thoughts, our views about how we solve this problem. And I guess that journey is what has gotten us to this point and also gotten everybody talking about our model. Not to say that you keep on changing where the organization is going, but once you have clarity about what it is that you want to achieve, then you can give yourself a bit of flexibility in terms of how you achieve it. And that's the way we have looked at our business. We've been very, very clear about where the company needs to go. But what we've been very, very flexible about is how we get there. And that iterative approach allows you then to adapt for what's happening in the environment. I think the key thing is that it's looking at where Africa is today. The continent, on average, consumers are spending half their disposable income on food. When I compare that to the US, that's about where the US was 150 years ago. So after the Civil War, the average consumer in the US was spending 52% of their disposable income on food. Now, when you're having half of your disposable income as a continent going to food, it means that there's a segment of a population that's basically living a very fast wild life, spending 5 to 10% of their disposable income on food, and then there's another segment that's at the bottom end of that pyramid, spending 60 to 70% of their disposable income on food. But the key thing is that what becomes difficult is that not only are Africans spending a significant amount of money on food in relative terms to their income, but also in absolute terms. So it means that there's a huge opportunity around efficiency. And those are the opportunities that we're trying to identify and find ways in which we can solve them to make food more affordable.